a server to deploy. So for lab 1 up until lab 3, you can use Luigi. Okay, for today's lab, okay, we're going to discuss about basic concept of classes, the one that we have reviewed yesterday. Yeah. All right. So basically, there are a few questions here. Anyone want to answer the first question? What is an object? Give some thoughts. What is an object, Lars?
Object is in an instance of a class.
An instance of a class. Okay, that's right. So meaning that a class is a template, and then you will create many objects based on the template. So you can create many instances of class instances. Right. So what are the difference between private and public? Yesterday we have go through constructors, getters, and setters, and then we have go through modifier, and modifier which is compulsory for you to have before the method name, before the constructor name. So we call modifier, we have three types of modifiers: private, public, and protected, right? So what is the difference between private and public or modifiers? Anyone? You can type in the chat if you could not speak. What are the differences between private and public? Come on.
For private method, it can only be accessed in the class. For public method, can only access anywhere.
Public can be accessed anywhere, meaning that you can access other classes. Other classes can access public. Private can only be accessed in the same class, meaning that you have declared private methods. Let's say private bicycle. So they only will be accessed inside the particular class, the bicycle class. All right, so question 3 and 4 are based on this program. You have class calculate charge. So if you see there is no modifier in front of it, by default, it's public. Yeah, it will be public class calculate charge. And then this one, if you see that there is no modifier in front, it will be automatically default, which is public. So it will be public integer no bill and public double price. Okay, let's look question number 3. What is the class name for the above program statement?
Calculate charge.
That's good, correct. How about the data members? Can you list down the data members for the above program? Data members or attributes or what? State, yeah, for this particular class. What? What is the attributes in the class?
Number of bill, price.
Correct. So you have two attributes there or two data members. So sometimes we call data members, sometimes we call attributes. Okay, sometimes we call fields. Yeah, we can call that one as well. Right. Okay, that is all for pre-lab activities. Okay, let's look at lab activities. So we have lab activities, correct the code today. So basically you need to hands-on type the code and then find out what is the error. Okay, let's do it together. So I'm using NetBeans here. If you using NetBeans, you can right click on new project, Java application, click next. Select one. Already there. Okay. This one. So this is how you create project, for NetBeans. If you're using Luigi, it's fine. Stick on continuing using that. Okay. All right, so you will have a project here. Everyone can see the napkins. Boleh?
Boleh.
Boleh.
Now I want to create a class. So right click on the default package, new, select new, and select Java class. So you can name it as, the class that I want to create today is art, A-R-T, art. There it does not have any package, click on finish. So automatically it will create the public class art. So now you want to type in the code. Okay, start with string name. You can start doing it. Yeah. And tell me, what is the error? And you have the subject point. This is constructor, what we have learned yesterday. Now to art string. Okay. To art string. Plus plus anyone here in Johor? Ada? Ada? Mau kat Selangor? Alright. Okay, you can see that. Ada merah-merah kan? So, you spot the error. Let's see. Question say that the following define class art with no argument constructor. So no argument constructor that sets the art name to an empty string and the price is to 0.00 and a toArtString method that returns a string containing its name and its price. Okay, so you have that. So after you type, one, I think kita kena import something. Import java.texan. Okay, that done. Okay. So what's wrong with this, guys? Come on. What's up? Type. Ada. Kau buat tak ni? Tak buat eh? What's the error?
Sekejap madam, tengah type.
Okay. It's raining in Shah Alam. How about your place? Raining?
Maybe the public to stream the thing that stream it.
Okay. So you have a missing what? What you call that one? String.
The open, yeah, the string.
We call it as return type. Eh? Yes.
Written type.
The missing is string, and so it's actually return type. So you have this return type. Okay, that is the error for lab 1. Okay, so that is number 1. Let's look number 2. So the following define 2 constructors for class R. Yeah? So now you already have one, but then I think one more missing here for number 1. What is it? Although it doesn't show any errors, NetBeans didn't detect this error, but logically, constructors. This is constructors, right? Public void R. Is it the correct way to have constructor? Correct syntax? What do you think?
Now,
Which one that caused error or mistakes?
public void art.
So, which one should I remove? Should you remove? Whenever that you have constructor, so it will have only public.
Alright.
Void, so meaning that public and class name. So without the void. So that is 2 errors for number 1. Okay, that's the thing that we have reviewed yesterday. So the return type, modifier, you start with modifier, return type, and method name. But for constructor, what you need only modifier and the class name without any return type. All right, so let's move on to number 2. The following define 2 constructors for class R. Yesterday, I have touched a bit about the rule of thumb of constructors, right? So now let's look at these 2 constructors. So you have public art string name double price. You have another one, public art string name double price. So let's try to type this in the code. Let's see what happens. Change this one going to be name. All right. So you can see it highlights something, right? So why? Why is it become like this? Why is it got some error? Anyone?
Is it because the art is constructed 2 times when it should only be 1?
Well, you can have more than one constructor.
Oh,
A class can have more than one constructor. As I said yesterday, there is a rule of thumb for creating constructors. So, rule number 1. Anyone? Remember?
Maybe the name have duplication.
Sorry? Maybe apa tadi?
Duplication, the name.
No.
We use it twice, no?
twice because of it. This one, are you saying this?
Yeah.
Okay. Not actually right. You can see that rule of thumb for creating constructors. You cannot have same data type and same number of parameters. So, okay, in this case, the first constructor have two parameters. Second constructor also have two parameters, and they have same data type. So let's say we change this to integer. Oh, it's correct. And so you can have similar constructors, but do not apply same data type. Okay, that is the rule of thumb. Constructors. So this one we consider as default constructor. This is normal constructor. This is also a normal constructor. Yeah. Although they have the same number of parameters, but they have different data type. So this is allowable. We can have something like this. Okay, class, is it clear?
Clear.
So let's move on to lab exercise. So now I want you to write this code. Yeah, you need to type the following program, recompile and run. So this is for having the box. The show input dialog box will be pop up after you finish run the program. Let's do that. So in admins, import package, right click new, Java class, type the name, finish. So we have the method public static main string arts. Arts. When you deal with input, normally all input will be treated as string. So you need to change the string to become integer if required. Let's say for this example, you're using string H. So all input from the keyboard will be treated as string. So you need to convert it. And that's why I created new H here to convert it to become an integer. And yeah, Then we can run it. So in Java, in NetBeans, how to run the program. So basically, every program need to have a main method for you to run. So in this case, we have main method in this exercise 4. Right click, okay. Automatically it will be compiled. The thing that we need to click is only run. You can see it. We have some indicator here. Pop-up window come out. Yeah. And H. Should show like this. So message dialog box. So this is an exercise to show you how to use pop-up dialog box, which is using J option pin. I believe we have done this, right? Put /n if we want the pop-up box. The next one. Okay. Other error? Anyone cannot run the program? Any issue? Boleh buat semua.
Boleh.
If that done, let's continue with exercise 2. Exercise 2 is basically we will create a class. Then we'll create a main program, main method. Jadi you buat main method directly, right? And then from this, you only do a class without having main method. Okay, now let's do a class named triangle to present triangle. So the class will contain 3 double data fields named site1, site2, and site3 that specify the 3 sides of the triangle. So the default values are 1 for all sides. So when you say default values, so meaning that you need to have a constructor that will have a default value for each of the sides for the triangle. And then C, you need to have a normal constructor that create a triangle with the specified sides. Then you have assessor and mutator. Assessor and mutator, the one that we have learned yesterday, getter and setter. And then a method named called area and another method named called parameter. Both will return. If for area, the area of this triangle, whereas called parameter will return the parameter. So okay, let's do the class first. From the source package, new Java class, name it as triangle. Click on finish. We have class triangle. Next, we need to write double data fields, right? So we use public double site1, site2, and site3. We can do this, right? Okay. Now we want to do default constructor. So public triangle. Then this is the default one. Meaning that we need to initialize the value to 1. So this dot site1 equal to 1 because it's a double. So let's do 1.0. You need to initialize side 2 and side 3 as well. Okay, that done for default constructor. Let's do normal constructor. Public. So, okay, for normal constructor, you need to pass the parameter. You need to have double side 1, double side 2, and double side 3. Okay, dah buat. Dah siap. Dapat jawapan. Okay. So this is your two constructors. Okay. Next, you need to do assessor and detail. Anyone? Assessor? Macam buat assessor? Public. Assessor kan? Return kan? So you should have public. Apa? Yeah. Like one. Hmm. Okay, here's an example of get side 1. So kita kena buat for get side 2, get side 3. 3. Continue. Next, we do the commutator. So it will be public void. Set 1 with parameter double S1, for example. This dot side 1 equal S1. Okay, so this is for setter. And this is your string. So this is your string side 3. And this is side 2. Okay, then your assessor data. Right, next, kita buat apa? Have to do the halt area and halt parameter. Let's do that. So it will return kan. So public double halt area is a calculation for area. Apa formula untuk area? Come on, anyone? Macam mana? Keyword area. How to calculate area? Area of triangle. Return. Come on. Any idea? What is formula to calculate area of triangle? Anyone? Base and height. So can we use side 1, side 2? Kan? Half kan you cakap. So So it will be 0.5 times side 1 and side 2. Oh, not that one. Times side 2. Okay, that is calc area. How about perimeter? Is it plus? Come on. Where? What's the formula for calculation of perimeter of triangle?
Side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3.
Right. So we just plus all the sides together. Okay. So now your class is ready. Together. So you have fulfilled A, B, C, D, E, F. So that's done for this triangle class. Now we want to create objects. Write a main program. So we need to create public static void main string arguments. And then in the main method, you need to create the two triangle objects. Then assign the sides 4, 5, and 6 to the first object, and 1.5, 2.5, and 3.5 to the second object. Display the properties of both objects and find their areas and parameters. Properties mean display back the value of the sites. Okay, let's do the main method. Public static void main. Ada yang dapat? No. No way. Okay, kita nak create object kan? What is the syntax? Nak create object? Come on. Yesterday kita dah go through how to create object. What is the syntax to create objects from a class? We start with what? Ingat dah? How to create object. Name of class. Yeah, we start with the name of the class, which is triangle. And then what else? Triangle. Come on. Triangle, let's say I use T1 lah. Finish T1 equal to new triangle. Okay. It is creation of object. Okay. So this will call default constructor. Sebab apa? So kita ada argument here. So new triangle. So it will look up for this one. The one that have default value, which is 1. But in our case, the question asks us to set, can assign side 4, 5, 6 to the first object. So how are we going to do that? What do we do? You want to set value, right? Set value for side 1, side 2, side 3, 4, 5, 6. Kan? So, what is the syntax? Can we use the
constructor.
use what?
Assessor.
Assessor. Yes, correct. So use the assessor. T1 dot set kan? Assessor set. Betul. Set 1. So pass the value 4. So do for the rest. T1 dot set side 2, 5, 1, T1 dot set side 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that done for object number 1. Okay, let's create object number 2. But now I want to use another constructor where we do have another constructor, which is normal. Kan? Tapi kita dah guna default. Now we want to use the normal constructor. So what's the syntax? It's still the same. We have the name class. 2 equal to new triangle. Yep. But with the value pass. So what is the value? What object 2? 1.5, 2.5, 3.5. Okay. So 1.5, comma 2.5, comma 3.5. That is second object. So if you can see new triangle, okay, ini ada 3 parameter, 3 parameters. So we'll go directly to this constructor. So it will assign directly the value accordingly to the site. So each site will have the values that have been set from here. So this is how you use creation of object using normal constructor. The main default constructor, this one is normal constructor. Now your triangle is ready. And the objects of triangle is ready with values. Right, let's look at the question. So now display the properties of both objects and find their areas and parameters. Display properties. So kita guna method apa nak display properties? Display kan? So display. Apa syntax dalam Java? What's the syntax to display? Anyone still remember? See out. What is it in Java to display? See out for C++, right?
System.out.print.
Yes, correct. So system.out.print line. So I want to display the properties of objects. So I call T1 first. T1 and then do a plus. So T1 dot get site and plus T1 dot get site 2. T1 dot get site 3. Okay, so this is how you display the properties. So same goes for T2 as well. You can just copy it and change the value for T2. Make sure you choose the correct objects. Get site. So okay, going to use this one. See method. Because the concept of object-oriented, basically you want to reuse all the methods available, but with different objects. So that's the idea of having object-oriented programming. Yeah. So by creating the objects, you can see that you are using the same constructor to create, and then you are using the same method to display. Rather than you have specific methods to display for T2 object. So now you can reuse. Yeah, the concept of object-oriented basically to reuse. Reuse the method with different objects. So you can have more than one objects in the class, and then you can have infinity lah. Yeah, you can have many objects for a particular class. All right. What else? Now we want to find the areas and parameters. Areas and parameters. T1 dot, let's say we create a variable parameter for object 1. Value lah, right? So double parameter. So declare above lah. Double parameter. Okay. Ini local variable. We're creating a local variable. So now let's say we want to have parameter equal to T1 dot call area. Also call parameter. But this one also for T1 je kan? So what if I have to create two parameters. But it can be override, yeah, meaning that this local variable can be override lah, the value if you assign later with T2.call parameter. So I think the easiest way you just print out that code. Will not use this one. Kita put it out directly. So we have system.out.println. So this is one parameter. Oops. And maybe nak sekali kan? Oh, okay, buat border. One area. And you call the area method. Okay. Now we do for the T2 object. T2 area, T2 parameter. Change this to T2. Alright, now you're done. Boleh? Any question? Semua boleh follow? Okay, now you have new method, right? So, can try run this program. Run file, right click and run file. The output will be shown here. Okay, so ada got a space here. Can put a space. Maybe put hyphen. Here is because it's a string, right? Here you can even put space. It will be counted. Let's try that again. Much more better. Oh, this one pun tak ada space. So you could put a space then so that the display. Just add on space or maybe comma. Yeah, update UI je. There you go. Now much more better. Alright. Semua dapat? Everyone get this? Okay. Any question? Last. Okay semua?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that is number 2. Now, okay, we have post lab. So this post lab is basically the same thing that exercise 2 just now. So I want you to do it on your own and then submit it by the end of the day. Boleh? Ataupun by the end of the class at 12. Which
Boleh.
one do you prefer?
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day, ya. Jangan lupa, ya. So this is similar to what we have done in exercise 2. Okay, you can reflect back to exercise number 2 and see how it goes. Yeah? You need to have default constructor, and then you need to have motivator and assessor. And then I think there is a problem with here. I have not changed this one. Final is a reserved word, so you might want to change it to final X. Final exam, yeah? Final exam. Okay, and then this is the formula that you need to use. You have to include this formula in the calculate final marks. And then write mean methods that create 4 objects of student and assign each of them with value for each data members. So up to you. You want to use default constructor or normal constructor. You can have a normal constructor as well, although it just mentioned here default constructor, because by having normal constructor will be much more easier, right? And then display the student name, student ID, and final marks of the student objects. So I will assign in the MS Team, yeah, this one as an assignment for group, yeah, group base. So I will assign it by group, meaning that group 4A, I will assign post lab 1, yeah, for each of you to submit. And then group B, post lab 1, same, yeah. So by the end of the day, please submit only Java file. Make sure you submit .java. Yeah. Do not submit dot class. I cannot read dot class because it's in binary. I can only read dot Java. So please submit dot Java class. Do not submit document. I don't want to see document. So you need to submit the code. Do not submit dot doc or dot PDF. No, I don't want to see the output. I want to see the code. So I want to see the code. Memang saya akan evaluate code. The way I'm giving marks, I will read the codes line by line. Saya takkan compile pun, but I will read the codes. I know the codes will run or not by reading the codes. Okay, boleh class?
No.
Is it clear?
Clear, madam.
Here.
Any question? So far so good? Okay. I think I'll leave it to you guys doing this work. Yeah, that's all for today. Don't forget with the attendance, in future.